All right, what's poppin', party people? Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Pop Talk. This is your man, Professor Nels. I'm signing on with Boston Jared,
What up?
Casual Rand,
What up? Peace.
and the inevitable Coach Dave.
Earth.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into this topic. So we're gonna take a little bit of a different angle. So we know that recently, the New York
State Athletic Commission.
New York State Athletic Commission handed out a 1-year ban to Ryan Garcia. I'm assuming that this is going to be retroactively applied. He also his win is going to turn into a no contest. So that loss is going to come off of Haney's record, and he's been ordered to pay $1 million to forfeit. So I'm not sure how that's going to be divvied up, and not only that, but he is the defendant of a lawsuit that Devin Haney is taking out on Ryan Garcia. So this news has been out there, but one of the things that I've been noticing in a lot of commentary and like talks, and this recently came out, Devin Haney had an interview with Ariel Helwani, and overwhelmingly there was just a kind of negative sentiment against Devin Haney. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit naive, but I kind of struggle a little bit to really understand that, right? So we can kind of, a lot of people want to kind of take on the Floyd model and different things like that, but you got to understand, Floyd was even though Floyd was never in the streets and all this other stuff, but Floyd, had his issues, legal issues outside of the ring, and he had some questionable behavior. We can't really say that about Devin Haney. When I don't want to kind of get into his religion and things of that nature, but this guy is probably as squeaky clean as they can get. Then on the other side, which I guess people like their bad boys, but we have somebody who is a I don't want to say
carnival. This guy, he's just stereotypical modern day social media influencer, look at me type of guy. This kid is he's a clown, man. He's a circus act. This kid, Ryan.
But he also disrespects the sport. He came in overweight. He's drinking up until probably the day of the fight. He's got drug
he
use,
cheated.
you know what I'm saying? He's had PEDs in his system, however you want to claim how they got there. But there's been this overwhelming support for him. And I struggle to kind of support, to try to understand it, but maybe it's my sympathy that I have for Devin Haney. But Boston, give us your take on it. You kind of talked about it a little bit, but kind of expound on it a little for us.
Well, look, it's a lot of it is just social media popularity contest BS, kind of the way that Coach Dave was talking about in the pre-pro. A lot of it stems from the fact that people don't rock with Devin's pops, man. A lot of the shit that he gets is the shit that his pops runs around and runs his mouth a lot, and a lot of the hate that people have for his pops bleeds over into Devin. The other thing that's unique kind of with Devin Haney, and it's something that we were talking about in the barbershop last week, is the black boxing fan base is it's large. You compare it to the Latino fan base, even the white boxing fan base, the black boxing fan base is usually a unified entity. And we saw recently in the lead up to Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, that black boxing fan base became fractured. And you saw a lot of black boxing fans going at it against each other. It became very, very contentious on social media and boxing circles, right? It's the same thing with this Devin Haney situation because of the animosity and the angst that he has towards Tank Davis and his crazy, ridiculous fan base. The black boxing fan base is fractured when it comes to Devin Haney and Tank Davis. And what you found, I've seen a lot of pro Tank Davis guys are very, very anti Devin Haney. And again,
I mean, and
Devin
that is
Haney
true.
in his position towards Tank, it's he's a boxer. He wants to fight. Tank Davis fans feel a certain way, but a lot of it, and look, a lot of this is not it's not pro Ryan Garcia shit. To me, it's just it's hate for Devin Haney, and yeah, it's
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna bring in Casual Rand because so when you speak about the fracture, like we have experience at some point there is a kind of a cultural divide, even if it's within the black boxing community, right? So when Sugar Ray Leonard was fighting like Thomas Hearns or whatnot, like people, you had to kind of divide across those lines. Or when Floyd was fighting like Sugar Shane, that one wasn't probably
yeah,
as
that one.
But at the same time, usually the black community is unified when that fighter is taking on somebody outside of the black community, which is, you would think somebody like Ryan Garcia or even like Lomachenko, but even within our boxing circles, we just have a lot of people who do not like Devin Haney and his camp. So Casual Rand, and your just conversations with the casual fans and things of that nature, is this kind of driven by his personality, or lack of a personality, or is it just the typical helicopter parent, which is his pops, which is
I think it's a mixture of things, and you gotta go back even with Floyd Mayweather when he was Money Mayweather. People really didn't like him. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't until he became Pretty Boy that, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
but the
The
black
black community
community
loves a
liked him.
villain. What?
I thought the black community was riding with him.
I
Was
mean,
solidly behind Floyd, yes.
he wasn't Floyd until he became Money Made. You know what I'm saying? And when he, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Everybody loves a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson is a good boxer, but look at his following.
Yeah, Randy. Say what you said in the pre-pro about Miguel Cotto, because a lot of this.
So yeah, and then so when it comes to Devin Haney, and why a lot of like the black community or just the boxing fans just he just taking this ass whooping like a bitch. I mean, like so Miguel Cotto lost to Margarito, who had the loaded gloves, and he was just like, yo, you almost killed me. But I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna rematch your ass, and I'm gonna beat the shit out you. You know what I'm
Several
saying?
years later, not right away.
Yeah, so Haney took this L, and you know what I'm saying? He's suing them. He's trying to go to the zone to be like take all the footage off of the
Nah, that
TV.
was a lie. That was disproven. He categorically denied that. So
But that was what was reported.
Okay, let's not proliferate
You know what
nonsense.
I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But
Denied that.
it's just the whole thing, his whole attitude. And then he was like, yo, and then he did reach back out to Garcia, and he was like, man, he reached back, he put in Twitter, the Twitter universe was like, man, we gonna run it back, man. The Garcia Haney is gonna be the biggest fight in the world. And Garcia came back and was like, shut up. And he was like, it's the Garcia Tank fight that'll be the biggest fight in the world. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to maneuver. He's been talking all that shit about Garcia, but he's trying to maneuver. He understands that, you know what I'm saying? He did try to sue Garcia because he's saying he's losing revenue because of that purse bid. But
So
then
what would you do, Randy? Let's cut to the chase.
he won't making
Devin
that
Haney,
money. He won't making that money before the Garcia fight.
But Randy, so if you're Devin Haney's team, his manager, you his pops, you Devin Haney, what would your course of action be?
Try to get back at Garcia
In the ring.
in the ring.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and then Cam, I guess you're gonna go to Coach Dave because I know Coach. We haven't gotten to Coach Dave yet. Here's the thing, though. This guy humiliated you. You found out he cheated you. He embarrassed you. This is not the street, right? Where all you've got is your pride and your word and your balls. This is major. This is serious professional boxing with tens of millions of dollars on the line. So my question to you is this. How much is that ass whipping worth? Do you want to get back in the ring with a sworn enemy, this shithead of a person, this fucking dirtbag, and help him get another massive payday? Or do you choke him out financially?
That's the only way you want to get paid.
No, Devin Haney already makes tons of money outside of boxing. This kid is born. He was born into wealth.
Well,
so that's the other side to this.
That's you talking two different things then, because he's suing because his purse bid was like $1 million.
Yeah, what this all okay? Yes, and so we're conflating a few different things here. I guess my question to you is: you're telling me you would fight Ryan Garcia and put a bunch of money back in his pocket just to put hands on him?
Yes, because that's the only way you're gonna. His argument as of right now is saying that the ass whooping he took because of drugs is what is hurting his potential to earn more money or higher bids in the next fight. So
yes.
Yeah, so to make that equal, go back and whoop that dude ass and then get that money. But he's going to have Garcia is the draw. He got to understand he's not ever going to be the draw. Garcia is the draw.
Let me ask you one last thing, and we'll go to Coach Dave, if that's okay with you, Cam. I don't know how you want to do this. Do you think the people that hate Devin Haney or dislike Devin Haney would stop disliking him if he just ran it back with Ryan Garcia, or would they just find another reason to shit on him?
I think that he proves himself. If he go and whoop Garcia's a clean Garcia's ass, everybody be like, "Yo, this motherfucker might be the truth." But his daddy gonna have to shut the fuck up too.
But that ain't gonna happen.
Well, yeah. And before we go, I want to kind of retort on a couple of the claims and stuff like that, because first of all, to say that he's crying, like Devin Haney has done one of two interviews since that. Like the first interview is ESPN after you found out the guy who was came in overweight and all that tested positive, and then with Errol Hewani once that. So that doesn't sound like somebody who was out there crying and trying to get this. I think we're putting that in there. And then Miguel Cotto was literally
all the tweets that he put out also on a daily basis.
Well, I think you need to check your sources, because I don't the whole thing about attacking Garcia. He claimed in the Errol Hewani interview, which I'm more apt to believe him than Ryan Garcia, who seems to be a habitual liar. Because he lies all the time. He lies.
No, believe him about what though?
That's just like saying like why you don't believe Trump. Because the guy is
about what? About what?
He was saying that he was saying that Ryan Garcia was the one that was contacting him and trying to be friends. Like, oh man, like I didn't know that you gave it to Tank in that boxing session. He was like, man, I just ignored him. He was like, he reached out to me. He said that he's ignored him. But
I don't understand the point that you're trying to make though. I never
You were saying that he was all like trying to be buddy with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying?
I never said that.
You did.
Yeah, where did you get that from?
Well, you said that he was like, oh, it's gonna be me and Garcia, like that's gonna be the fight or something like that.
I'm talking about the rematch after they fought. He said that.
All right, I'll get to that. And then my other point was that Miguel Cotto literally was walking around with an iPad showing anybody who would give him any kind of attention, like, well, if you see this color, like on the wraps here and stuff like that. So to say that he did not have an issue or a complaint or did not cry about that situation where he did wrong, it's just like Fauci. You act like he didn't speak about this thing. They had a whole.
I'm talking about into the level of what Haney and his camp is doing.
Trying to get it back in court as opposed to getting it back in the ring. I don't believe that Miguel Cotto ever pursued any kind of legal action against Margarito. But the caveat there is that the the whole Margarito thing, there was never really any fidelity on that until months, maybe a year and some change after the whole fallout from that. So wait, Dave hasn't talked
and
yet.
it is, and that was all that was circumstantial like evidence in the sense, right? This wasn't like he got caught right after the fight. This was just like, oh, you tried to do this, and then they found all this evidence in there. So that's a lot different than testing positive right after the fight. But
well,
with that said,
the raps were preserved and the raps were sent for further analysis. I do remember that. So
I don't recall it.
not
So
as clean cut as a positive drug test, but the plaster of Paris hand wraps apparently were preserved and sent. And the California State Athletic Commission, their suspension of both not Memo Heredia, Jorge Capotillo, his trainer, and Margarito were based off the analysis of the hand wraps. But
all right, so we want to bring in Coach.
So I got the tweet.
Hold on.
I got the tweets right here when
wait, Coach hasn't talked yet.
Hey, man, look, I don't even really want to waste my time on all this high school that's going on between damn Haney and Garcia, man. And look, this shit is just culturally based. I think the casual one mentioned that, man. Ryan Garcia got more fans. He pretty. He all this stuff. He is the Trump in this thing that can, do anything and do whatever. And then whichever one of y'all said, look, man, and I think it might have been a casual too. Look, you want all this stuff to shut up, and you want people to stop calling you a little punk ass, then Haney, just fight the damn dude. Whoever was talking about, would you be putting this money in this guy's pocket? Look, man, these guys are already rich, man. So who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? This game, at the end of the day, it is really about whooping ass. You want to get your name back, you want to shut people up, get back up in there, whoop Ryan Garcia's ass, do what you need to do to make sure that everything is on board, be done with it. And then go out and keep on fighting for your legacy, man. So it's high school, kindergarten, girl, cultural, Gen Z, millennium, childish shit that's going on. They need to fight and be done with it, and then get the hell on about it, man.
You gotta get the get
back. So Dave, just to be clear, because you more in the business, right? You've trained professionals and you work with professionals. Somebody cheats your fighter.
Bro, it ain't about being clear. Listen, it ain't about the money. Yeah, I personally would say, let's go whoop this motherfucker's ass. That's the end of that. Ain't no, I'm clear, bro. I'm straight.
All right.
I'm
okay. All right.
I'm whooping ass.
Biggest store.
Coach Dave is about whooping ass.
All right. Got you. Okay. Now I'm with you, Dave, but there's another side to the argument. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Yeah, because if somebody does that to me, I'm gonna want to put hands on them too. There's a good old fashioned ass whipping is priceless. But yeah, go ahead, Cam. I don't want to.
No, I mean, I'm kind of in my own corner in the sense that I was thinking about this was like your son. I mean, that if your son's a boxer, that they are kind of taking chances and stuff and do that, but that your son was done wrong and just kind of humiliated and kind of disrespected, and the sport gets a black eye because of this. We can't talk about this victory without this kind of this veil cover that we have to kind of respond to, because somebody just didn't do like this. Is like there is honor when you get into that ring. Like we know that we're gonna do punishment to each other, but we're gonna at least adhere by these rules and just try to make sure that it is as fair as it can be. And then when somebody like does that and like takes years off somebody's career and like does damage like that, like I'm gonna be pissed off. And then now like that person that was done wrong is seen as a pariah, and people just saying like, well, you just go and like whoop his ass and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, but like psychologically and emotionally, like when you not only like lose, but when you lose like that's gonna take a lot to rebuild that. It's not just
so what do you think his move should be?
His move should be is fuck Ryan Garcia. or whatnot. Ryan Garcia, first of all, is suspended for a year.
He's 10 months.
Huh?
Yeah, it was retroactive. So yeah, 10 months now. I mean, and Haney saying he ain't gonna fight for a year anyway. So
yeah, I mean,
So
but I would.
he's already angling for the rematch. So I mean, we
Well,
could hypothesize, but
I don't. That's kind of contradictory because he's also talked about that Ryan Garcia should be banned for life. So I mean, I don't know how you can look at
yeah,
that, but
I think that was just talk. I mean, that's
was,
the it's the biggest fight for him, right? He wants to come back and be back on a big stage and make huge money. The Ryan Garcia is a fight to come back to. I understand your position, Cam. I do. So to be clear, okay, you would avoid. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the caveat. Saying fuck Ryan Garcia is one thing, but taking this shit to court is a whole nother thing. And that's what kind of casual Rand was talking about. And it's like, look, you might have a valid case in the court of law to pursue money for whatever it is, but you have to understand that the public opinion is not going to be in your favor. Cats are going to continue to ridicule and make fun of and tease and all that stuff if you choose to pursue this shit more in court than you do in the ring. So
people are going to forget about that.
that.
I think that because it's not the first time Manny Pacquiao, like how many times did he try to sue Floyd Mayweather? And so Floyd was talking to him and like this was nothing. This is not like
no, but that wait a second. You just apples to oranges. That's not a good analogy.
How is that not? Like you're trying to set up a fight between those guys, but then there's litigation that's out there. This is not somebody. Devin Haney has more of a. You got to realize boxing is legalized assault. Like we are agreeing to get into that ring and to assault each other.
So yeah, but I understand what you're saying, Cam, but coming straight from his mouth, he said, Brian Garcia, let's run it back. Clean on an even playing field. Biggest fight in boxing. He said that. So this is what he wants.
Yeah.
And I'm agreeing that for him to get his get back, that's how he gonna do it. He ain't gonna get it in the court world. He's gonna get it in the ring. Get your get back, bro.
And Pacquiao sued Floyd for defamation for accusing him of taking steroids. It wasn't like Floyd went in there with a pop positive and beat him up. And then Pacquiao refused to rematch him right away.
That's what I'm saying.
Sued him for damage. That's not the same.
I know, but so like which one sounds more like a crybaby and be like, why are you talking? Like that's just basically like sticking stones may break my bones, which is like when you get into the ring, you can get bones broken, but words will never hurt me. But like Pacquiao is more the lame to me because he was suing somebody because he was talking junk about him.
Yeah, the shit Devin Haney, if you going to say which sounds more lamer or the shit Devin Haney.
Devin Haney is somebody that was that got into the ring, hopped up, overweight, and beat him up instead of somebody who was like talking shit about him.
You asked me which one sound.
We can have defamation lawsuits every week if somebody gets mad at some slander or whatnot.
I'm answering your question. Like I said, I understand Devin Haney's position. He's kind of damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he goes back in there and he says, fuck it, let's fight. You giving this kid a huge fucking payday. And if you don't, and you want to be perceived as being scared, and then if you pursue this shit in court, it makes you look bad, man.
But boss, you got to understand that Ryan's gonna get next time he get in the ring, he gonna get a huge payday. So you might as well be like, yo,
that's not necessarily true. He didn't get a huge payday against Oscar Duarte.
I'm talking about ever since the Tank fight. Since the Tank fight, he's been racking up.
Well, how much money did he make to fight Duarte? Duarte was right after Tank. He ain't made no huge. I mean, better than most guys. I mean, he's a big name, but
I think he the draw. I think the next fights he have, he's the draw.
Yeah, with him being a draw, I can see that. But like, I mean, who does he fight off a year layoff? Like, what weight does he even fight at? This kid was fucking taking shots and doing probably doing cocaine, all kind of wild shit. Who's this kid going to fight after a year layoff, man? I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see, though. We'll have to
We'll
wait
say
and
that.
see.
All right. So I want to give. I'm just one statement. I want to give last word to Coach, but I'm gonna kind of tee it up for him. But I do want to say that nobody's talking about Ryan Garcia, who is and who's suing himself. He's suing Victor Conti. He's suing Devin Haney, and he's suing Eddie Hearn and stuff like that. But that's on the up and up, right? We have no issue with that.
Whoa. You said Ryan Garcia is suing who?
Eddie Garcia, he's suing Victor Conti, Devin Haney, and Eddie Hearn.
We got sources for that to our audience because I have not heard that one, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull it. I'll pull it up. I mean, well, I'll tell you because he just says that he said that he's suing because that they were caught red-handed.
Oh man, Ryan
Kind of
Garcia
tainting
say
the
all
test
kind
and
of
stuff
shit,
like.
man.
Well, that's the thing. So it's like we can't like. Oh, well, we know that he just lied. It's that Trump syndrome and stuff like that. It's just like he gets a pass because we can't take him that serious, but he can just say
Right.
any dumb, stupid stuff. But then when Devin Haney does it, it's like we're gonna rake him against the coals. Like
What? Haney is
like,
actually pursuing legal action. We know Haney's are
so
actually pursuing legal
you
action
don't think
against.
that you don't think that Ryan Garcia is gonna countersue?
I have no idea. All I'm saying is if
put
it's happening now, let's not say it and our audience be like, "Oh shit, he's still," because I have
came
not
out
heard
2
that.
days ago. He said
All right,
it.
if it's out there and people and it's verified, then cool. I had not heard that.
But all right, so I want to give last word to Coach, and then we want to. This went a little bit long because it's kind of tense and
It's apparently is what all y'all motherfuckers are interested in. That's all I see y'all motherfuckers clicking on is these stupid ass videos about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Is what y'all want to hear about, right? Sorry,
So
Coach
Coach,
David.
if you put on your promoter's hat at this time and you were thinking about Devin Haney, I mean, not Devin Haney, excuse me, about Ryan Garcia, in this situation, how do you handle him as a fighter? He's somebody that is, I'll give it to him, he's super talented, he's super, popular. There is this kind of like trouble side that you have to kind of deal with. But how would you, if you were Oscar De La Hoya, without the craziness and drug use and stuff like that, how would you map out the kind of next 18 months for a Ryan Garcia?
You mean like under the suspension, or what are you talking about?
Well, yeah, just kind of like dealing with the suspension is going to only last in like the next like 6 to 8 months, I guess.
Well, if it's me, you can't make, look, man, a grown man gonna do what the hell he want to do. So in a nutshell, I'd be like, look, hope you don't do no shit to go to damn jail. My company, we moving on. If you got 10 months off and Haney saying that he ain't gonna fight for a whole another year, it'd be a great money making thing. Both y'all come back and fight each other and settle this shit, whatever it is. But that literally would that be it, man. I ain't spending a whole lot of money. I ain't trying to manage no grown ass fucking man, no damn young punk ass YouTube Gen Z or fuck him. Keep your head straight. If you go to jail, your ass is just in jail. You lose all your money, you lose all your money. If you stay out there and you go out there and you screwing women and doing what you want to do, living how you want to do, fine. Or if you're in the gym here and there and just kind of keeping it regular, showing up at the fight, still doing what you can do. But that fight when you come back should be against Devin Haney. That's going to be a big fight. Hope Devin wouldn't fight. I personally hope Devin would take a whole damn year off or whatever. That would even make it even bigger. But I ain't holding your hand. I ain't babysitting you. Your ass go to jail. I might put some stuff on your books.
All right, we go wrap up that segment with all right.